So we are now just 2 days away from the brand new world being released into Duel Links. So yesterday I decided to upload a video showing all the cool Goki Link combos you can do once the new world has been released. Which was cool and all, but I got a shit ton of comments asking me to do the exact same thing for SALAMANGREAT, which I'm quite happy to do. But the only issue is, whilst Goki has like 2 to 3 Link combos, SALAMANGREAT has an entire spreadsheet. The other main issue is, unlike the Goki deck where we know most of the cards we're going to be getting and we at least have some kind of concept of what we're going to be doing, SALAMANGREAT, although we have a shit ton of combos and cards we can do with already, we're kind of missing the end boards. We don't know what trap cards we're getting, if we're getting any, and we don't really know half the Link monsters or generic Link monsters we're going to be getting. That kind of results in the SALAMANGREAT end boards. So unfortunately, although I could show off some cool combos in today's video, I can't really show off any insane end boards or any of the cool disruption this deck has, as we just don't know what we're going to be getting yet. But a lot of you guys probably don't even care about all that, and just want to see what this deck can do with some of the cards we already know we're going to be getting, so I'm happy to oblige. This video is going to be showing off some of the cool combos this deck list can do with the cards we already know we're going to be getting, to give you guys a bit of a taste for what to expect once this deck is released with the brand new world in a couple of days. Now, just a reminder before we jump into the combos, if you're enjoying today's video and want to see more content based on the new world as well as more videos from me in the future, remember to leave a like on this video and consider subscribing to the channel down below, especially if you're a returning viewer, as apparently only about 50% of the people watching this are even subscribed to the channel, yet nearly all of you are returning viewers who have seen my stuff before. So you find yourself keep coming back to the channel, want to see more content from me in the future, remember to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's get into the combos. Alright, let's get into the first combo. So the first combo for this deck isn't going to be anything too extraordinary, it's going to be a good example of showing how this deck generates a shit ton worth of value. It's essentially you're going to start off with just one card and net yourself a +3. So essentially you're going to start off with one card and end on 4 cards, therefore generating yourself a net 3 worth of value, which is basically this entire deck in a nutshell. You start off with very little and just generate yourself a shit ton worth of value. So keep in mind, we're starting off with one card, meaning you'd have 3 other cards in your hand that could be back row removal or other extenders or whatever else. This is just a good example of how this deck can generate a shit ton worth of value. Alright, so first thing you're going to do is normal summon out your Lady Debug, which searches for a level 3 or lower Cyberse monster straight from your deck. Which in this case is going to be a Gazelle, which you'll notice in basically every combo today, you're going to be searching for Gazelle 90% of the time. Alright, Link summoning out your Balinks. Balinks on summon searches for your field spell. Now, all you need to know about the field spell is it essentially means you can use your Link monsters on field as material to summon out extra copies of themselves from the extra deck. So in this case, you can use this Balinks to go into another copy of Balinks, or if you had a Wolf on the field, you can use that Wolf to go into another copy of Wolf. Alright. Link summon out Balinks. Because we sent a SALAMANGREAT from field to the graveyard for that Link summon, you can now special summon your Gazelle from hand. Gazelle on special summon will allow you to send a SALAMANGREAT card from the deck straight to the graveyard, which in this case is going to be your Jaguar. Then we're going to Link summon out your Wolf onto the field, then activate your Jaguar in the graveyard to shuffle one of your Balinkses back into the extra deck to special summon itself to the arrow below the Sunlight Wolf. Because the card was summoned below the Wolf, Wolf can activate its effect to add a SALAMANGREAT monster from the graveyard back to your hand. And that's basically where this combo ends. You start off with just one simple Lady Debug, and you netted yourself a field spell, a Link to a monster on field, and a Gazelle in hand, as well as a Balinks in the graveyard to protect all your monsters on field from battle and from destruction effects. Alright, let's get into the second combo. So the second combo for this deck is a 2-card combo that needs Circle in combination with either Gazelle, Jaguar, or Falco. Doesn't matter which one, it's going to all look exactly the same anyway. Alright. So the first thing you're going to do is activate your Circle to search for your Gazelle. You can then normal summon out your Jaguar and use that as Link material to go into your Balinks. If you didn't have Jaguar, you could use whichever one you like as long as you keep the Gazelle in hand. Alright, because you send a SALAMANGREAT from the field to the graveyard, your Gazelle special summons itself from hand, sending a SALAMANGREAT card from deck to graveyard, and of course you Link summon Balinks, so you search for your field spell. In this case, you're going to be sending a copy of Falco. If you didn't have Falco, you had the, whichever one you didn't have in your deck or the graveyard already, you just send the other one. So you just need Falco and Jaguar in the graveyard. Activate your field spell, so now you can Link summon into your Sunlight Wolf. Sunlight Wolf can then use itself again as material to go into another Sunlight Wolf. This puts a Sunlight Wolf in the graveyard, which you can use later on for summoning out your Jaguar, and also means that you now have your second effect of Sunlight Wolf, which allows you to add a copy of a Salamangreat Spell Trap card from your graveyard back to your hand. So we can use the Jaguar's effect to shuffle out the Wolf back into the extra deck to special summon itself, again below the Sunlight Wolf, so you can add your Gazelle back to hand. Now you can activate your Falco, which returns one of your Salamangrates on field back to hand, to special summon itself to the field. And then like I said, you can activate your Sunlight Wolf's effect to add one of your Salamangrate Spell and Trap cards from your graveyard back to your hand. In this case, the circle we used earlier. And that's the end of this combo. So essentially you started off with 2 cards, and now you've ended on 6 cards. So essentially a +4 worth of value. And of course, we still have the Balinks in graveyard to protect yourself from any kind of battle or destruction effects your opponent might have. Alright, onto the third and final combo. Now this combo is going to be a little bit different to the previous two, in that I'm going to be still showing you off a standard combo which is going to generate you a shit ton of value, but I know a lot of people are going to see these combos and see this video and they're going to be like, wow, this deck can generate a shit ton of value. But what exactly do you do with all that value? And unfortunately, that's what we don't know yet, as we don't know what Salamangreat trap cards we're going to be getting, and we don't know what link monsters we're going to be getting in the game, as both those things are very, very important in knowing what kind of end boards you want to end on with this deck list. Because currently we have all these combos, and we can set up all these kind of end boards, and we can search for a bunch of cards, but we don't know what we're going to end on yet, which is kind of where I want to show you in this combo. I'm going to end on a particular end board, which we could end on if we get a copy of Transcode Talker, which is a card that isn't confirmed, but we're kind of hoping we're going to get, because if you get Transcode Talker, you can end on a nice combo that ends on a Firewall Dragon, so you have some disruption during your opponent's turn. Alright, let's get into the combo. So basically this is going to be an example showing off what this deck could possibly do. Alright, so Lady Debug, normal summon. Again, searching for Gazelle. Link summon out Balinks, searching for your field spell. Activate your field spell, so you can summon out another Balinks. You send Salamangreat from the field to the graveyard, so you can special summon your Gazelle from hand. This time, sending a copy of Foxy to the graveyard. Link summon out your Wolf, and then you can activate your Foxy. Foxy can special summon itself to the field by discarding a Salamangreat from hand to the graveyard. So in this case, summon out your Foxy to the field, not below the Wolf. Then you can use your Jaguar, shuffle your card back into the extra deck to special summon itself to the field, putting itself below the Wolf. So you can add your Gazelle back to your hand, and now you can link summon into your Transcode Talker. Transcode Talker can bring back a Cyverse link monster from your graveyard back to the field, in this case your Sunlight Wolf, so you now have a Link 3, a Link 2, and you have the Foxy on field. So you can use the Foxy, in combination with the Link 3, to go into your Firewall Dragon, and because your Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf points upwards, you now have a co-link between these two cards. So now your Firewall Dragon is active. Once while face up on the field, quick effect, you can target monsters on the field and or graveyard up to the number of co-linked cards to this, return them to hand. So in this case, if your opponent ever summons a monster, you can activate this effect, return it to hand instantly. It also has a little bit of bonus synergy with, in particular, your Salamangrates, because if a monster this card points to try and battle or sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a Cyverse monster from your hand, which in this case, all your Salamangreat cards are actually Cyverse, so your opponent pops this card, you can then special summon out other cards from your hand. In this case, it doesn't really matter too much with the Gazelle because it'd be special summon itself anyway, but if you had some other Salamangreat cards in your hand already, you could special summon them to the field. And that's just one example of some of the cool things you can do with this deck list, depending on what kind of stuff we are given with the new world. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this little combo video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, I'll be uploading a shit ton of New World content once it releases in a couple of days, showing off some Salamangreat deck lists, some Goki deck lists, showing off some Code Talker deck lists, whole bunch of stuff depending on what we're given. So if you are interested in seeing any of that stuff, remember to leave a like on this video and consider subscribing to the channel down below so you don't miss any of the cool New World action. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching and hope to see you in the next one. Laters.
Hey, big brother, can I watch SpongeBob?
Shut up, Mokuba. I'm busy flagging YouTube videos to compensate for the fact that I have an extremely small penis.
Oh.